Hi everyone, it's me, Krylios, Team Rayceen Productions co-host and moderator.
And I'm Adrian Garcia, Team Rayceen Productions co-host and moderator.
Joining us is Alex. Welcome.
Hi, thank you.
Hello.
Okay. So before we actually talk about Sussex Pride, I want to learn a little bit more about who you are and what it is that you do.
Sure. First of all, thanks for having me. It's nice to meet both of you. My name, as I said, is Alex Reed. My husband and I live primarily in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. We split our time between here and Washington, D.C. I am an operations manager, and I work mostly remotely for a government agency. And yeah, we've been living down here in Rehoboth for about full-time since COVID really hit. And we bought our house here in 2018, which was kind of good luck because we really love it here. And I know we'll talk a little bit more about that potentially in a few minutes. But yeah, it's a beautiful little town that we live in. My husband also works primarily remotely, but we do split our time back in DC, like we're going to be heading back there later tonight.
Awesome.
So that's about it from me.
All right. So for people who are unfamiliar with Rehoboth Beach, please share where it's located and what makes it a popular LGBTQ destination.
Sure. So it is about 2.5 hours due east of Washington and about 2 hours south of Philadelphia, and somewhere in between to get here from Baltimore. And it is a tiny little town on the coast of Delaware, right about in the south center of Delaware on the Atlantic Ocean. It started in the 70s as a popular gay and lesbian destination, primarily from the three big cities that I just mentioned. And there's always been sort of a gay and lesbian, and now a even greater rainbow, all the way LGBTQ trans community as well, presence here. And there's a lot of retirees that have now made Rehoboth their full-time retirement home. So there's stuff that actually happens here year-round. It used to be very seasonal, but we've been living here year-round, even throughout the cold winter months. And there's great cabaret, there's drag, there's obviously beautiful beaches, and people have beautiful homes and pools and great restaurants and nice little boutique hotels. They don't have any big buildings in downtown Rehoboth. I think the tallest is 4 or 5 stories. So really, it's just a nice place to be. And it's it's also very family friendly. So it's not an exclusively gay town. There's specific areas on the beach that are where the gays and lesbians tend to congregate, and then the rest of the beach is very family oriented. So yeah, it's really it's a fun place, and it's a great weekend getaway. I mean, if you can get out from DC or Philly and get in the car, you can get here in 2.5 hours if you leave at the right time and don't hit too much traffic.
Fabulous.
But yeah, I highly recommend it.
Well, thank you. Well, now tell us, what is Sussex Pride, and what are any upcoming programs or events that you have going on that folks should be aware of?
Sure. So last year, in the summer of 2022, I was asked to be a founding board member of Sussex Pride, which is an LGBT nonprofit community center / advocacy organization that was established by David Mariner, who some folks may know his name. He worked for many years at the DC Center, and then he moved down to Delaware and established Sussex Pride. I'm proud to say that we have a very, we're a new organization. We're growing, right? We're just about a year old. We've gotten a lot of visibility out in the community. One of, I think, our sort of proudest moments is our inclusion with the trans community in Southern Delaware, which is sort of an area that is needing of resources, and obviously is a little bit under, not a little bit, a lot of it under threat with all kinds of horrible legislation that's happening right now. So we've partnered with Transliance, which is a trans organization. I believe it's a nationwide organization, but they have a chapter here. And that's just one of our many programs, but one that I'm most proud of. We also have other programs. I think there's a slide coming up that talks about, Sussex Pride youth, which has been great. We've gotten a group of young kids, young people together to go on bowling nights and pizza nights. This is a great slide that kind of shows all of our focus areas, where we're driving our programs. We hold our events at various places throughout Sussex County, Delaware. That's the name of Sussex Pride, is because Sussex County, Delaware is where Rehoboth is. But there's only 3 counties in Delaware, and this is the southernmost county, and also the most rural and the most conservative. So there really is a need for LGBT advocacy programs, resources, etc. So yeah, that's really, I see this is a great picture of one of our events. You can see the one kid is wearing his bowling shoes. I think this is when they went bowling. So yeah, it's a great organization that has, we are obviously also doing advocacy work. We're doing, David, as our executive director, does, testifies in front of Delaware legislative bodies in favor of, inclusive legislation. And yeah, it's just, we're growing. People are learning about us. We have a very trans inclusive board. 4 of our 11 board members are trans, which is really lovely. That we actually are represented by the people that we serve. And where we're supposed to be. Where our programs are. But there's also fun stuff. We're going to do some events. We haven't published them yet, but we're hopefully going to do some big fundraiser this summer that'll be fun. You can see that little section in the bar there on this screen where there's pride shots when out and about in the community, some photos. And this potluck and pizza is an example here of fun things that we do too. So it's
I love
in addition,
it.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm saying I love it. I love it
Yeah.
because community is so important. So it's so good that, this is available for the community so everyone can get together, everyone can really celebrate. And I think it's really interesting that you pointed out that, Sussex County being one of the 3 counties in Delaware is the southernmost and it's the most conservative. How does Rehoboth how does Rehoboth work with that and being in the more conservative county? Has there ever been tension when it came to that?
Oh yeah.
Has it gotten better over the years, and what does it look like now?
Yeah, there is we've come a long way. I know that I've heard many stories that Rehoboth wasn't always the inclusive place that it is, but through the efforts of other LGBT community members over the years, it has come a long way. And just the sheer magnitude. I mean, I before we met this afternoon, I wrote down a list of gay or lesbian affiliated bars and restaurants just off the top of my head, and I came up like 7 or 8 in our small little town of that only has however many people. I think only 2,000 or 3,000 people live here in the off season. And but yeah, I mean, Rehoboth is sort of the little bubble in Sussex County. We are the little more progressive bubble, but you go a few miles out and it's cornfields and chicken farms. So yeah, it's something that we are all aware of, and it also is exactly why an organization like Sussex Pride is necessary to keep awareness and programs and support and community and everything together. Yeah.
Amazing. And speaking of community, are there opportunities for people to volunteer or support in other ways?
Yeah, if you go to sussexpride.org, you can see what there's a list of upcoming events. If you, we also have a weekly email that comes out that tells about all of our things that we're involved in, that we're co-sponsoring, that we're, you know, like for example, we're going to be having a table at Salisbury Pride. Salisbury is a city in Maryland, about just over the border from Sussex County, Delaware. It's about an hour from here. And yeah, I mean, like I said, there's probably going to be another fun event later in the year that we're going to try to do as a fundraiser that'll be fun too. But, you know, if you're willing to donate, there's a donate section on the homepage. You'll see, I think we have a screenshot of that too. But yeah, we're growing. I'm really proud of the progress that we've made so far, and I'm really optimistic for our little organization's future.
Perfect. Yeah, it seems like you all are doing a lot, and it's so beautiful to see that happening in the community. Aside from the website, what are other ways that our viewers can stay connected and follow?
Oh yeah, great question. Thank you. We have all the social media sites. We are on LinkedIn. But most importantly, we're on Facebook at Sussex Pride. We are on Instagram at Sussex Pride DE for Delaware. And I think we're also on Twitter. I don't have that one handy, but the two primary ones are Facebook and Instagram. So please like and follow us, because the more likes and follows we get, the more we can spread our word out.
Awesome. Alex, thank you so much for joining us today. Viewers, please make sure to check the description down below for links. That way you can keep up with everything that Sussex Pride has got going on. Alex, once again, thanks so much for joining me. It's been such a pleasure to get to chat with you, and such a pleasure learning more about Sussex Pride. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much. It's been a great opportunity to chat.
And for those of you watching, be sure to follow Team Rayceen on social media.
And click around our YouTube channel. Check out our other interviews, vlogs, forums, and more. While you're there, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. But most of all, viewers, thank you for watching.